Hey guys, we're Soulful Synergy.
My name is Shanice.
And my name is Shaughnessy.
And this is our very first episode.
Second chances or nah.
Alright, so Shaughnessy, in what situation do you think a second chance is deserved?
I think when you're with the person for a long time and maybe you guys have kids together or you're just very invested in this person and you know everything about them, their habits, everything. I think maybe that's a good time to give a second chance just because you've invested so much already. Why give up on one thing that happened that you know of? One thing.
See, for me, when it comes to the long-term thing, like, I get it. Like, you've built a life with this person, you want to make it work. But then that also scares me because it's just like this person is supposed to be your best friend, your partner. And they can't come to you and tell you when they're not happy, when they're not satisfied. That scares me because then it's just like, well, what have we built if you're willing to give it up so quickly just for a moment of pleasure? When we could have solved that problem just by communicating. In a long-term situation, that would stress me out. Like, I'd be like, what?
No,
Have you
I
been
hear that
cheating
too.
this whole time?
Yeah, because then your mind just wanders
Yeah.
and you lose trust instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Things change. It's not the same.
Yeah.
You're constantly thinking, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
So I understand that side of it too.
Mm-hmm.
Second chances aren't easy, and they're not something that you give to everyone, you know?
Yeah, not everyone deserves them.
Not
for
everyone
sure.
deserves it at all. But I feel if you feel in your heart that maybe this person really messed up and they're capable of getting a second chance and they're capable of changing, then yeah, I'll give you a second chance.
Yeah. It like really depends on a few things. It depends on timing, the person and their effort, and obviously the relationship too, because if before the cheating took place, the relationship was rocky, you guys had drama, then you need to reevaluate the whole situation, or just say like you get cheated on and then you forgive the person but they're not showing consistent effort. No, they don't deserve a second chance,
No. Yeah.
As well as timing, because like when I've been cheated on, like I remember in one situation we were really young, and my ex was in college playing football, and that's your time to that should be your time to be by yourself to explore, but we chose to be together. And not to say that he gets a freebie for cheating, it's just that the timing wasn't right. So that's why I ended it, because I realized that, And this was one of my first situations where I really tested how second chances work. And this is also where I realized that timing is key. No matter how good you are to this person, no matter how hard you try, if they're not ready themselves to commit fully, they're prone to cheating. They're gonna hurt you. And not to say that they mean to, they're just not being real with themselves.
I think another point with second chances, for me, I feel like in most of my relationships, I've given second chances every time. And I think that was something that maybe I was lacking, where I was just too comfortable and I didn't want any type of confrontation or arguments, So I just let it be what it was. And over time, that just eats away at you.
Honestly, I'm very hesitant to give a second chance as well because of my past. Because I feel like I've given them, and then when I gave them, the people took it for granted. So it's just like I learned to pay attention to certain behaviors and certain attitudes when it came to forgiving people, and like for the most part, you can tell when someone's truly sincere and truly wants to be with you, but usually things get fucked up when you aren't being real with yourself and you want to hold on to something that you shouldn't be holding on to,
Mm-hmm.
And then so you ignore the red flags, you ignore the little things just because you want love so bad,
Yeah.
You want that comfort so bad, and then you ignore your common sense, you
Yeah.
know? It's a natural instinct that we ignore because we aren't right with ourselves. So, Shan, as a result of giving second chances and it backfiring and not working in your favor, has it changed your perspective on love?
No, it hasn't, because at the end of the day, that's still something I want in life. I want to find love and I want to give love to somebody else. So it hasn't changed. It hasn't made me bitter. It's just made me more aware to the things that I don't need and to what will make me happy.
I feel you. For me, I feel like it has changed me so much. Like, when I look back on myself when I first started dating, and now I'm just like a complete different person. Like, I used to be so soft and so naive, you know,
For
and
sure.
I really needed those experiences to toughen up and to learn life, and I'm thankful for them, but
it also instilled like an insecurity in me, you know, because I was being so good to certain people and I was doing everything that you're supposed to do, quote unquote, in a relationship. So when it didn't work in my favor, I was like, well, what is the point? Why am I being so good to people? Why do I care so much when at the end of the day I'm going to get hurt? So I went through a phase where I didn't care. I was kind of heartless in a way, and I was just like, I was just over it, you know? I just stopped caring about people's feelings for a bit, and it's sad to say that's how it goes sometimes, you know? And it also took like a hit to my self confidence for a bit. So, like, I was just trying so hard to find validation in other people. My answer would be like, okay, you want to cheat on me? I'm going to go out and find someone else and stun on you. And at the end of the day, who does that help? What does that solve, you know? When girls go out and they cheat or they, you know, try and get revenge, they end up looking dumb.
You should just know that it happened and remember how it felt and every aspect of it, and just know that that's not what you want. And
it's like a reminder.
Yeah, you have to grow from it.
If you hold on to those thoughts and feelings forever, you're gonna have a terrible, miserable life.
Yeah, it's gonna consume your ass.
It'll consume you, you know, and who wants to live like that?
And I try, like, I don't know, for me, like, I believe everyone's different, and you just have to, yeah, like you said, take that risk.
And yeah, be compassionate, be understanding, and be open to making the relationship work.
Yeah, because
that's what it is.
In this time of day, I feel like this generation, we give up so easily. So easily.
We either give up so easily or we hold on to something so tight that's bad for us that it takes from our spirit and our being. Second chances, they're a privilege, 100% a privilege, you know, and it's something that you should use sparingly, because when you give them out too easily, that's when you find yourself in those situations where you're constantly being taken for granted repeatedly. And then you wonder, like, oh, I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to be doing. I'm giving people chances. I'm being compassionate. It's not working out. No, that's not what being compassionate is about. It's about knowing the difference between someone who's ready and someone who's not ready. Not treating them any different, just knowing when to separate yourself from that situation. Because, yes, people are cheaters and liars, but that doesn't make them horrible people. They're just cowards. They're just not ready to accept the truth about themselves and move forward. You shouldn't hold grudges, because everyone has their own path, their own journey, their own reasons.
And people can change. It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah. You know, if it's really what you want to do, then you're gonna do it.
Just how willing are you to make those changes?
Yeah. Have you ever cheated?
I have. I'm not proud of it. I checked out, you know? I checked out on my ex. We were together, but it was always drama. We were on and off, drama, nonstop. And then it came to a point where I was genuinely trying to make it work. I was holding in how I felt about certain things, just to try and just give it a solid effort. You know, anything my partner wanted, I did it. Over time, I was getting taken for granted, lied to, dumb stuff was happening. So eventually I just got to that point where I was fed up, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna do me now. I spent so much time focusing on this person that now I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And I got to that point, and I was immature then. You know, I should have just had that conversation. And I should have known before it even got to that it wasn't going to work, because I had that feeling deep down. But because of comfort and that feeling of wanting to, like, just hold on to him, I stayed longer than I needed to. And that was it was as much as my fault as it was his fault, you know?
Yeah.
We were both in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Have you cheated?
Yeah, I have cheated, and cheating isn't something that you should be proud of. It's not something to, you know, like, rant about to your friends and be like, oh, I did this, oh, I did that. But it happens. And when it has happened for me, it's really just been because I wanted to make the other person feel how I felt at that moment. And I felt like that will fix everything. But no, it doesn't fix everything. It just makes everything worse, and you end up feeling stupid at the end of the day. Cheating's not...
It's never the answer.
It's never the answer. That's the perfect word. It's never the answer. But I feel like the times that I have cheated, it's always been because I seen certain things that I didn't like. I was lied to. I was, you know, just... they weren't doing what they needed to do for my liking. And as you said, I checked out. And I should have been mature enough to go to them and express how I was feeling. But as I said, like, I wasn't mature enough, you know? I wasn't in that mind frame where, like, I could actually hurt this person and ruin what I have with them, you know? So I feel like for me, you have to be on your P's and Q's all the time. Especially if you're expecting it from me, you need to be on it all the time for things to go smoothly.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not a spiteful person. I don't look at myself as a spiteful person at all. Some may say I'm spiteful, and that's, you know, that's what it is. But that's just your first reaction in the situation because of how you're feeling. Like, you're angry, you're sad, you're feeling a whole bunch of different ways at once. And all you're looking for at the end of the day is some type of comfort.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
Listen, I must say, everybody cheats. Everybody cheats. Everybody has cheated at least once in their lifetime. And if not, then honestly, kudos to you.
Yeah.
But
because cheating isn't only physical, it's emotional. You could just be talking to someone more than your man, that's cheating. Or your girl, you know, confiding in someone more, that's cheating. Hey,
Sucker. Sucker.
Second chances, we've given them, we've been given them, we've been on all sides of the situation.
And we've learned things, and we're still learning as we're going. We're just sharing our experiences to talk about it, and you share your opinions. Why not?
Why not? It's communication.
And it's healthy. Like,
it's healthy. Communicating is sexy.
That should be the new trend.
There's so many forms of communication. There's no reason we shouldn't be using it to our advantage.
Yeah, like, instead of texting someone, why don't you pick up the phone and call them?
Yeah. Don't be afraid. If you're not afraid to communicate with your partner, then you should not be with them. That means you're either not right with yourself or they're not right for you. So be honest with each other and then go from there. If you don't feel comfortable talking to your partner about any and everything, how is that going to work for you, for what you want?
just doesn't, it won't work. In conclusion,
in
the second
conclusion,
chances.
when it comes to giving them, really just take your time.
Don't make no one rush you, eh?
Yeah, don't rush it.
Don't.
Take your time before you give that second chance. And that's it. Whether you give a second chance or not, there's no judgment here. Because there are times where you may be able to work it out. It's not always bad, you know, but it's a rare chance.
And everyone's tolerance is different. Like, everyone's. Like, I feel like mine is disgusting, my tolerance rate. Like, what I tolerate is just ridiculous.
Well,
but
why
you know
do you
what?
think you do that, though?
I do that because I want to just keep believing. Like, I want to keep believing until, like, you get it. Because it's like, if you don't get it, then I feel like as someone you're with, I'm not doing my job. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing what I need to do to get you to really understand how I feel. But it takes so much at the end of the day. And
you have to get to that point yourself, you know, where you just know, like, you have to have those healthy boundaries. Because without boundaries, it's all fair game. You know, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You gotta just know what you are really willing to deal with. Like your point, your breaking point, you know? From there.
I think a second chance is deserved when you're just honest. Like, when you come to me and you just lay it all on the table, give me the choice of where we want to go from there. Just be willing to work on it. Show effort and show that you're capable of accepting your wrongdoings and accepting your shit. Just own it. What's done is done, and all you can do is move forward from there. Just don't let anyone cloud your judgment. Be an independent thinker, and everything will fall into place. Alright, guys, so we're going to wrap up the first episode of Soulful Synergy podcast. We just want to thank you guys for listening and giving us your time.
We're super excited to see where this is going to go. We just want to talk and share experiences and just be real and raw and have fun and give something for people to, something people can relate to and share and take home with them.
Yeah. I just mainly hope it's therapeutic, and people that are going through the topics that we're going to speak on, they can maybe find some clarity, some help in their lives to go through what they're going through.
We're also open to any feedback, so feel free to hit us up on our Instagram and Twitter, Soulful Synergy Podcast, and don't forget to click follow.
This is all natural. This is just us and our vibes, and if you don't like it, then
don't click follow.
Don't click the follow button. Just don't do it.
Alright, guys, signing off. My name is Shanice again.
And my name is Shaughnessy.
And we are
Soulful Synergy.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
I would rather lose a lover than a lover loser. Rather lose a lover than a lover loser. I would rather lose a lover than a lover loser. Rather lose a lover than a lover loser. Think I'm under your spell. Tell me, is it me or the drugs? 'Cause baby, I can't tell. I can't tell. Tell me, is it me or the drugs? 'Cause baby, I can't tell. I can't tell. Tell me, is it me or the drugs? 'Cause baby, I can't tell.